My dear brothers and sisters, the gospel reading of today reminds us about what happened in the book of Numbers in the Old Testament when Moses chose the 70 men to go with him to stay at the base of the mountain while he went up to the mountain to speak with God. And these men, plus 2 others, Eldad and Medad, who stayed in the camp, received the Holy Spirit. Or as it was put, some of the spirit in Moses was taken and given to these men. Today we read about how Jesus sent 72 of his disciples after he had already sent the 12 apostles. This reminds us about the power of Jesus as the fulfillment of everything in the Old Testament. Because if we read John chapter 6, we get this idea of Jesus being the new Moses, who not only fulfills the work of Moses in the Old Testament, but also tells us about a new movement that he has created in himself, the new Israel. And the movement is not just from Egypt to the promised land. Instead, it is a movement from this sinful world, which is a place of preparation to the heavenly Jerusalem. And Jesus is the one who is leading us, the new people of God, the new Kahal. And while he is leading us, he chose 12 men representing the 12 apostles of the new Israel. And he has chosen 72 people representing those 72 men of old. And these 72 men, as Christianity progressed, we know that they became those who are now called presbyteroi or priests, who are co-workers with the bishops, those who are sitting on the seats of the 12 apostles. And we see that Jesus gave these men power, the Holy Spirit. Go, I am sending you like sheep among wolves. So do not be distracted by anything. Do not carry haversack. Do not carry things. Instead, I will provide for you what you need when you reach where I'm sending you. Wherever you go, eat whatever they set before you. Heal the sick. Cast out the demons in people. And proclaim to them that the kingdom of heaven is close at hand. My dear brothers and sisters, the Catholic Church, is a continuation of Jesus and his mission. Therefore, the Catholic Church proclaims to us today, especially if we read the documents of the Second Vatican Council, that teaches us in Missio ad Gentes Divinitus that this Catholic Church has identity, and the identity is to be missionary. Everywhere the church finds itself, the church's mission is to go out and continue the work of Jesus Christ, the work of the 72 disciples. And here in our city, Lulio, we are reminded about the important task that the Lord has given us when we were confirmed. During the sacrament of confirmation, we received the Holy Spirit that makes us mature Christians, those filled with the Holy Spirit and witnesses to Jesus, who go out to bear witness. Jesus wants us. It's not going to be easy. In some places, you may be rejected. And when the disciples came back after their work, they gave testimony to the fact that even the devils obeyed them. Today, we are invited to go and do the same. It is not true that there is any part of the world that doesn't need mission. I hear people saying Sweden is not a mission land. Nothing can be farther from the truth. Every country is a mission land. Sweden is a part of the world, therefore Sweden is a mission country. And therefore, we who live in Sweden, you can call us home missioners. We are the people to take this mission to everybody who lives in Sweden. It is not true that what the priest should do in Sweden is just to ring the church bell and he sits down and somehow people who are interested in leading their dogs or looking at their mobile phones will suddenly come to church. No, it requires effort. You have been given the power of the Holy Spirit and you should go out and evangelize the people. However, Pope St. Paul VI tells us in Evangelii Nunciandi that those who go out to evangelize others must first be evangelized, because you cannot give what you do not have. Secondly, we are told that this mission is urgent. We cannot wait. For Jesus tells us that the harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. When I drive around Norrbotten and I see so many villages without the presence of the Catholic Church, I am filled with challenge. My zeal increases. However, I'm only one man. It is a challenge today to young men who are listening to me. If God is calling you, throw away other considerations and come to him, because he will give you that power you think you lack. He will fill you with that grace that you think you cannot have. Nobody becomes a priest from his mother's womb. It is human beings, young people, with all their weaknesses, who are called by Jesus and strengthened by his power and given the grace and the authorization of the church, ecclesiastical authorization through ordination, to go out and witness for Christ. We are the people who have to initiate the re-evangelization of Norrbotten. And this tallies with our program in the parish. I always remind you that this program of going out to evangelize is not a distraction, is not an addendum. It is at the heart of what makes us a church. Therefore, I beg you to examine, to ask yourself, how can I help? Is God perhaps calling me? And what is drawing me back is when I consider my human weaknesses. Today, as we continue with this Holy Mass, I want you to make it your intention. As you hear my voice today, ask God, Lord, are you calling me? How can I be a part of this task of re-evangelizing this place? Lord, remove from my mind this falsehood that we don't need mission work in Sweden. Please, we do. We do. And we do need it very urgently and very much. I pray that the Holy Spirit may touch your heart as you listen, so that you make an informed decision. I am ready to assist you in every way, which is why every Monday and every Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the night, I am on Zoom, and I teach you what the church teaches, and I answer all your questions, so that everybody will be equipped. When we go out, we are not people who are ignorant. We know what our contemporaries know in terms of information, but we know more than they know, because we have the gifts of the Holy Spirit, which will help us to give them that which nothing else and no one else can give them. May the Holy Spirit hear my prayer, and may all of us be enabled to be renewed and be fully ready to participate actively in this work of the church, this thing that gives us our identity as a people on mission.